Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials, and this session is meant for class 11th biology students, and this is for 27th February 2021. As we are all into the revision mode and we are revising the entire syllabus in the form of CBSE sample papers. Already we have discussed 4 papers in a row, and we are going to discuss sample paper 5 in this session. And this sample paper is meant for your batch, 2021 batch. Yesterday I had given you section A questions, and I hope you answered all that. Now I am giving solutions to the section A. Compare the answers that I am going to provide now with the answers that you have written. Question number 1. A ball of snow when rolled over snow increases in mass, volume and size. Is this comparable to growth as seen in living? No, this is not growth, as an increase in the size of the ball of snow is just because of the addition of similar material externally. In living organisms, growth is due to increase in body material from within or inside. Question 2. What is the function of cuboidal epithelium? Cuboidal epithelium helps in secretion and absorption. Question 3. In the ocean life, which plant is the major producer? Of course, we know in all the oceans it is algae. Which filaments are responsible for muscle contraction? The two, actin and myosin, are responsible for muscle contraction. Question 5th. What is the difference between valvate and twisted aestivation? In valvate aestivation, sepals and or petals don't overlap, while in twisted aestivation, sepals or petals slightly overlap. Question 6th. What is the function of dendrites in a neuron? Dendrites receive electrical impulses from the axons of neurons. Dendrites that receive these nerve signals can communicate them to their other neurons in order to cause action potentials and communication signals to propagate or to dissolve. Question number 7. Which cell in humans does not have capacity to repair through cell division? So which cell in humans does not have capacity to repair through cell division? That is neurons, nerve cells. Question 8. What are the end products of alcoholic fermentation? As the name suggests, ethyl alcohol and CO2 are the end products of alcoholic fermentation. Question number 9. Which structure is formed from the ruptured follicle in females? What is its role? Of course, ruptured follicle, corpus luteum, is formed from the ruptured follicle in females, and that secretes female sex hormone progesterone. Next, question number 10. Terrestrial animals are generally either ureotelic or uricotelic, but not aminotelic. Why? Terrestrial ones. Ammonia is the most toxic amongst all the excretory products and needs a lot of water to be removed from the body. In terrestrial animals, availability of water is not as much as in aquatic animals. So a mechanism needed to be developed to ensure less wastage of water during removal of excretory substances. This became possible by using ureotelic and uricotelic mode of excretion. Question number 11. Assertion. The answer is assertion first. Two-kingdom classification used for a long time was found inadequate. Reason. This system did not distinguish between the eukaryotes and prokaryotes, unicellular and multicellular organisms, and photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organisms. Answer A. Assertion and reason both are correct statements, and reason is correct explanation for assertion. Explanation. Two-kingdom classification was accepted for a long time, but it did not distinguish between eukaryotes and prokaryotes. unicellular and multicellular, photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organisms. It classifies the organisms into two categories, plants and animals. However, large number of organisms did not fall into these two categories. So the two kingdom classification used for a long time was found inadequate. And there is a choice. And the choice is five kingdom classification includes Monera, Protista, fungi, and Plantae and Animalia. Reason: they have different cell structure, thallus organization, mode of nutrition, and phylogenetic relationships. So answer is A. Assertion and reason both are correct, and reason is correct explanation of assertion. The five kingdom system was developed by Robert Whittaker in 1969, which includes five major kingdoms: Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. The main criteria of the five kingdom classification were cell structure, body organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction, and phylogenetic relations. So it is correct. Question number 12. C is the answer. Assertion is correct, but reason is wrong statement. What is the assertion? Coenzyme or metal ion that is very tightly bound to an enzyme protein is called prosthetic group. That is correct. And a complete catalytically active enzyme together with its bound prosthetic group is called apoenzyme. That is wrong statement, because a completely catalytic active enzyme with its bound prosthetic group is called holoenzyme, not apoenzyme. That's why reason statement is wrong. Question number 13. Question number 13. What is it? Assertion. A special membranous structure is a mesosome which is formed by the extensions of plasma membrane into the cell. Reason. In some prokaryotes like cyanobacteria, there are other membranous extensions, chromatophores, present, but mesosome is absent. Answer is B. Assertion and reason both are correct, but reason is not correct explanation for assertion, because it is talking of other things, like where the assertion is talking of mesosomes, but this reasoning is talking of something else other than mesosomes. That's why. Question 14. Assertion. When pure oxygen is given to a patient for a long time, he will die. Reason. The role of oxygen in the regulation of respiratory rhythm is quite insignificant. Now answer is A. Assertion, reason both are correct, and reason is correct explanation for assertion. Okay. Now question 15. As I said, question 15 and 16 is case study based questions. Now there are about one paragraph. There is one paragraph based on one concept and 5 questions below that. What is the paragraph? Plastids are found in all plant cells and in euglenoids. These are easily observed under the microscope as they are large. They bear some specific pigments, thus imparting specific colors to the plants. Plastids consist of numerous membrane layers embedded in a material called stroma. They have their own genome and ribosomes. Now question number 1. The dash are colorless leucoplasts are colorless plastids for varied shapes and sizes with stored nutrients. Question 2. The dash store proteins in grains. All of us know aleuroplast store proteins. Question number 3. Which type of plastid stores carbohydrates in potatoes? Question number 3. Amyloplasts or leucoplasts store carbohydrates, that is starch, in potato. And question number 4. The space limited by the inner membrane of the chloroplast is called dash. Now the inner membrane is obviously stroma. Question 5th, assertion reasoning. The chloroplasts contain chlorophyll and carotenoid pigments which are responsible for trapping light energy essential for photosynthesis. That is assertion. Reason: they also impart colors to the parts of the plants as yellow, orange or red color. So what is the answer? Answer is C. The chloroplasts contain chlorophyll and carotenoid pigments which are responsible for trapping light energy essential for photosynthesis. The chromoplasts impart colors to the parts of the plants as yellow, orange or red color. Hence, assertion is true but reason is false. Now question number 16, again case study. It is about a paragraph. Human beings have a significant ability to maintain and moderate the respiratory rhythm to suit the demands of the body tissues. This is done by the neural system. A specialized center present in the medulla region of the brain is called respiratory rhythm center. It is primarily responsible for this regulation. The disorders of the respiratory system can lead to asthma, emphysema and occupational respiratory disorders. So down below you got question number 1. The respiratory rhythm center is present in the medulla region of the brain. So it is medulla region. Question 2. Dash is a difficulty in breathing that causes wheezing. Asthma is difficulty in breathing. Question 3. A chemosensitive area situated adjacent to the rhythm center is highly sensitive to CO2 and dash ions, of course hydrogen ions, that is protons. Fourth, one of the major causes of dash is cigarette smoking. Emphysema, B answer, is a chronic disorder in which alveolar walls are damaged, due to which respiratory surface is decreased. One of the major causes of emphysema is cigarette smoking. Question 5th. The following statements are drawn as conclusions for the image shown. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 statements, and you have to choose from below the correct one, and the correct one is B. That is, statement 1 and statement 3 are true. A center present, first one, a center present in the pons region of the brain is called Pneumotaxic Center that can moderate the functions of respiratory rhythm center. There are 3 specialized respiratory centers in the brain. Receptors associated with aortic arch and carotid artery also can recognize changes in CO2 and H+ concentration and send necessary signals to the rhythm center for remedial actions. The role of oxygen in the regulation of respiratory rhythm is quite insignificant. Hence, option B is correct. So, this is how you need to answer section A. You need to be specific and to the point. So, we continue answering the